Hey friends, welcome. Oh, I'm so glad to be back. I was glad to be away, but I'm also glad to be back. Thank you for clicking on this video and joining me today. I am thrilled to have all of your beauty on the other side of this camera. Thank you guys for joining me. Welcome to TriBecca Designs. My name is Rebecca and I love to sew. I am super excited about today's video. It is going to be a real treat. Now, spoiler alert, this one is for my, shall I say, sewing geeks. My sewing enthusiasts, people who really love all things related to sewing, because today I am going to be sharing none other than my exclusive, unique collection of vintage buttons. Okay. So I was going to do a totally different video today, and I was looking through some of my things because there is going to be a giveaway. Holla! And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to give away today. You guys requested it. Some of you all on one of my last videos, I gave away a vintage pattern, and I felt bad because some people were saying, I want one too, but you were too late. So hold your horses. There's another one coming, maybe in this video. So you have to watch this thing too. You have to see. But where do I begin? Okay, let me bring it down a notch. Get out Zen and everything. Can you guys believe that the holiday season is up on us? Whew. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I did not have turkey. I had tacos. Tacos for Thanksgiving. Tacos, a little bit of tequila, and for the first time ever, that's another story. They snuck it in on me. It was not my intention, but yeah, I had tacos, tequila, and just all the Mexican fixings for the holidays. We went to Mexico. I had to go see my family in Mexico. Yes, I have family in Mexico. At least I feel like they're my family because I know the people in the resort. We've been there so many times. They're like extended family, honestly. Just a beautiful community of people. I don't want to talk a lot about my trip. It was a great trip. All things were wonderful. I want to share, but I want to do that on another video. So we'll just stick to the script for this video today. As I mentioned, I'm going to be sharing some really rare vintage buttons and maybe a few other items. I haven't had time to do any sewing like in the last 2.5 weeks because I was just all about my trip. When we left, it was warm. I didn't even take a jacket. Got home, got off the plane, and what was waiting for us? This guy. Can you see him? My polar penguin. Snow had begun to fall, and it had already started accumulating on the runway as we were landing on the plane. So it was very cold. Consequently, I think my body went into a little bit of a shock. So please bear with me. I am a little congested, and I do have a slight drip, which I will control during this video. Okay, and I'm back. I turned the camera around so that I could make sure that when I'm showing you these items, because they're very delicate and very small, and I want to make sure that the camera focuses, so I turned the beat around. So let's just get into it. I want to tell you guys, I have always, as I've said before, tried to shop sustainably. I am just straight up a thrift store junkie. True confessions of a thrift store junkie. I love vintage. I love estate sales. This is has been a way of life for me. A lifestyle. I've been doing this for decades. Okay. So long story short, about 20 plus years ago, I was at an estate sale and I came across this lot of sewing notions. And let me just jump right into some of the treasures that I found. I don't know if you've ever heard of, come on camera, there you are, Lucky Day buttons. Now you tell me These are super vintage. You can tell this garment that this drawn or painted on model is wearing looks to me like it's from the 50s. The original price on these buttons is $25. And there was a whole bunch of this brand in the lot of buttons that I was able to score. Here is another, I think when this one says Lucky Day, for 30 cents, 3 pearl buttons. Now, mind you, these are true pearls, okay? Look at the drawing. Look how old-fashioned that is. That looks like, you know, seriously from the 50s to me. The papers are very fragile. It's very difficult. I had quite a few of these, and a lot of them I had to take off the paper because the paper was just like disintegrating in my hand. There's another. Look at that. It says detachable pearl uniform buttons. These were specifically for nursing uniforms. Look at that drawing, you guys. Pardon me. Isn't that cool? And if you look at the back, these actually have the shank on them. And you can see they are a bit rusted. But there's so many lovely ones. Look at these, 10 cents. Lucky Day. Wow. I guess I got lucky. I don't know what to do with these buttons. I need to do some more research and see if they're going to be worth anything. I think I did several years ago. And I can't remember. It's been a long time. But look how, I know you can't really tell. But let me tell you, these buttons are super tiny. Let me get a tape measure so I can show you just how little these buttons are. Okay, so here's a tape measure. That is 1 inch, okay? And, let me see how I'm going to do this. Okay. Okay, 1 inch, you can see where my finger is on the end. That's 1 inch. And if you look, this button is so tiny, it doesn't even come beyond the little silver tab that's on the end of the 1 inch. So that's less than half of an inch. I don't even know how you could, you know, maneuver your fingers to get these things buttoned up. And a lot of them are that tiny. See if I can see that? They don't even go beyond the metal portion. See, that's 1 inch. Just to kind of put things in perspective here. And there's several cards of them that are that little. But I love the graphics on them. They look like they're painted on. 10 cents. Does anybody know anything about this brand of buttons? And if you do, please let me know in the comments below. I would love some education on them. Also, I kind of need some advice from my sewing friends. I'm a sewing geek. I hope no one was offended by that. I call myself a sewing geek because I love all things related to sewing, especially how they used to do things in the past. But what should I do with these buttons? Oh, I just got an idea. I could put a bunch of them together, just sew them on as an embellishment. That just came to mind. I don't know how fragile these are. I'm really nervous about using them. But if you guys have any other ideas, please, please, please let me know in the comments below. Look at these. Now, this is a different brand here. It says Finest Pearl. And I think that, oh my God, is the date on that one? Oh my God, does that say what I think it says? Oh, do y'all see the date? 1919! These are before the roaring 20s! What? Oh my God, this is a true treasure, you guys. And they are real pearl. Seriously, Finest Pearl. I do remember doing my research on that. These are real pearls. Even here, it says pearls. And these, I think, may even be from the 20s. Because if you look at the graphics on the card, those look totally Art Deco from the 20s. Some of these you can see maybe even are a little stained. I don't know if that stain's gonna come off, But yeah, you guys, like I said, the paper is disintegrating. But on these, I did not want to take them off the paper because the paper kind of gives me a clue about them, and then they got the foil behind it. Let me know in the comments below, sisters, sewing sisters, if you know anything about these buttons, okay? This is another brand. This is called, what does it say? Ultra Craft with a K. 10 cents. And these are super tiny too. Super, super tiny. And these actually have like a little, I think, staple on the back. I don't know if that's really unique, but yeah. So I'm looking at buttons here from like before the 1920s up to the 1940s or 50s. And moving into these next buttons, I think these are going to be more like 60s or 70s. I don't know for sure. But these, very colorful, very pretty. They're called Supreme Quality. You can see the price is a little bit more. 29 cents versus the others that were like 10 cents a card. Oh, but these are so pretty, you guys. And I'm talking about when I hit the jackpot and say it was a lot of buttons, L-O-T. You know how they phrase that as a lot when you find more than one of something. I mean, I'm just scratching the surface here. Some of them I have used, very few, honestly. Because some of them I only have like maybe a total of 8. But, you know, if you're doing like a long sleeve button down shirt and with cuffs, you know, I like for my buttons to be kind of close together. I don't like, pardon me, too much space. Sometimes you need more than 8 buttons. Sometimes not. But, I mean, I have so many. I have tons and various colors. Like I said before, many of them I have taken off of the cards. I took these green ones off. I have another card of these, at least one more card, maybe 2. I was going to put them on an outfit that I made over the summer, but then I decided to go with something else. Oh, and it actually does have vintage buttons on it. Maybe I should show you guys. But here's another brand. This one is called Exquisite, okay? And these are like some type of a metal because they are rusting. But I have more than one card of all these. I'm just showing you one card. Now this, I think, Le Chic. I've seen this brand before. Seemed like I remember seeing this brand back in the day when I used to shop for fabric early on with my grandma when I was a teenager. Excuse me. But this one is only 15 cents. So I wonder how old those are. I, in my lifetime, don't recall ever being able to purchase a card of beautiful buttons for less than $1 at their original price, you know, with the price that's printed on the card. So again, I just think they're beautiful. I'm going to go through really, really quickly and just pull some out that I've already taken off the cards to show you all. Oh, you can have like the plainest garment and you can just put these buttons on and they will just take your garment to the next level. Look at this one. Hold on, let me get it focused. The way the light, let me turn the light off for a minute. And can you kind of see how that one is? Reminds me of a certain type of tile, marble. What is it called? I can't think of the name of it, but I've seen it before. But I really am not doing a good job of showing this one. It's really beautiful. But there's so many different colors and styles. These orange ones are cute. They have an ombre look. And, you know, this would be really nice on a coat because it has like the nice little metal shank there. But, oh my gosh, my husband, I'll be making him a coat for Christmas. And he's already like claiming these buttons right here. I think they got a little dust or something on them. But these are brand new vintage buttons, never been used. I mean, yeah, these are really nice too. Oops. And I think these are glass. I really do. I think they're glass. If you could see them in person, you might agree that they're glass. I thought these were quite interesting. Now this looks like 60s, 70s. There's the name of a material for this. They used to make jewelry out of this too. I can't think of the name of it, but it reminds me of that. Yeah. Now this is a really nice size button. This one's pretty big. Where's my tape measure? So this one, for example, is slightly more than 1.5. The diameter of it. I think that's called the diameter, going straight across. But there's so many pretty ones here. I'm just scratching the surface. Beautiful, beautiful buttons. Buttons can make all the difference in your garment. Ooh, look at these. Pretty. And they all just have this beautiful, like, sheen. They pop. I mean, I have tons. I'm just showing you guys a few. And the reason why they're not showing really well probably is because they have a sheen on them. And the way the light's hitting them, it's the light's bouncing off of them. But, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm tired of bending down. Another thing among the many things that I was able to glean from that particular estate sale. This was an estate sale. These things were not in a thrift shop. I went to an estate sale, and that's how I was able to pick up on these. I don't think they ever would have made it to the thrift shop. Somebody, you know how people that work in the thrift shop, they get the best stuff. Trust me, the stuff that we get is leftovers. But I wanted to show you this like huge jar of zippers. I mean, there's so many zippers in here, zips galore. This is just one of the jars I picked up from that estate sale. If I told you guys what I got this stuff for, it was like a whole, what they call a lot of sewing supplies. And there were many, many other things besides buttons and zippers. If I told you what I paid for them, your jaws would drop. But those were the good old days before, you know, thrifting and the term upcycling was even a thing, where you could get really, really good stuff, true vintage items for the low before they started just, you know, bumping up the price. I've been going to thrift shops for so long. They didn't even have stuff like for double digits. I'm serious. You may have heard me say this before. I would go thrift store shopping. They used to have these brown paper bag sales. One grocery sack, full-size brown paper bag, the whole bag, anything you could stuff in it. It could be clothes, it could be housewares, whatever you could put in that bag. And the bag could be spilling over. You get the whole bag for 25 cents. Literally, no joke. I'm not kidding. Now, these vintage zippers, I noticed this. Check that out. See how it's like closed at the top? It has a metal thing. I don't know if these were for bag making. Oh, I know. Back in the day, if you've ever bought vintage dresses, they used to have side zips that would just open up for ease. Okay? So that by the time you get it over your bust or your hip, this part would open up. I think that may be what these were used for. And I mean, honestly, the mass population back in the 40s, and before that, even the 50s, I would say, people were smaller. Let's just be honest. The average person, the food was processed better. People were more active. Our careers now are more sedentary. And so our population now as a whole, we are just larger people. And that's no shade. It's just a fact, a certainty. But yeah, see, I think that's why. Oh no, here's a real zip. Okay. So not even real, but it's open at the top is what I'm trying to say. But a lot of these I realized are closed at the top. But they come in all lengths, and these are very usable zippers. I mean, these zippers will last a lifetime. Some of them were still in the original packaging, and I took them off and added them to the jars, but some of them were already like kind of just like stuffed in a jar. And man, see, when I say I have things and I don't need to buy stuff, I am not kidding. And I believe I have never shown you guys my fabric stash. I have vintage fabrics. I have everything you could think of from like, honestly, I think 50s, from 50s to current. I'm never going to show you guys my fabric stash. I'm not going to do it. Because I feel bad that I have so much. And so I'm not being a snob when I say I'm not going to buy. I have to be a good steward over what I already have. And that being said, it's the season of giving. And because I love to give, I'm going to gift right now a pattern. I think 80s stuff is now considered vintage. It's hard for me to accept that because that was my jam. You know, that's when I started sewing in the 80s. But yeah, some decades have passed, girl. The beauty has faded, and 80s is now vintage. Okay. Okay, so I was cleaning out not cleaning out. I was dreading the fact. Let me just give you a little close up real quick. A teaser. I was dreading the fact that I need to organize my patterns. And I don't want to because there's so many. And it would take some time that I don't want to spend. And I came across the fact that I have 2 of these patterns. And these were gifted to me. I did not purchase them. Now, as you all know, back in the day, you know, you couldn't get a pattern with a multitude of size ranges. That was kind of rare. So I'm thinking whoever purchased these, you know, wasn't quite sure maybe what size she needed. I don't know. Maybe she was purchasing for a friend, whatever. But there's a size 16 and a size 18. And, oh, I just think this skirt is beautiful. This is a timeless. This is a classic look. You can shorten this. You can have the view with pockets, without pockets. Or you could just have this view here. You can work it out where you hack it and just put not a pleat, but a dart here. You can hack it where it's a flat front, where you take out the excess part that you would gather. So let me show you guys the line drawings. I think this is a make that is suitable for sewists of all levels. You could do this in any type of woven you like. Get creative, honey. Do it in a knit. It can be done. So this pattern is from, oh gosh, I need my glasses. Let me see if I can pick it out with no glasses. 1986. And so it is completely new, unused, unopened, guide sheet intact, pattern piece, pieces never been cut. Okay, ladies. So here are the requirements. This one is going to go out to one of my subscribers whom I don't know yet. It's going to be a choice. But there is criteria for this one, because what I don't want to happen is for, you know, maybe someone tuning in for the first time to just come snag a gift and then I never, you know, they never come back to the channel. I think, in all fairness, I would prefer for this to go to one of my viewers, one of you who are in the TriBecca Designs family. So if you have commented on at least 3, TriBecca, 1, 2, 3 of my videos in the past, this one will not count, okay? I'm talking about 3 videos that I have uploaded on my channel prior to this one. If you are one of my viewers and you have commented on at least 3 videos in the past, not including this one, you qualify. For those of you who don't meet that criteria, stick around, Okay? Comment today. Say hey. Subscribe. Like. Comment. Join the fam. And you never know. It's the season of giving, my love. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. But for those of you who qualify, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Of course, I'm going to verify. I'm going to know who you are, my love. So I know you. I know you. And, excuse me. Let me know if you want the size 16 or the 18. I'm going to give out those measurements in just a minute. The specs on the measurements, I'll give it. Let me know. And since we talked about buttons, did you notice there's some buttons here? I'm going to gift one card of buttons. So if you make this skirt, maybe I'm going to give out some buttons that are, these are also vintage now. Don't get it twisted, okay? But the color is more neutral. I don't know if I had this other button or if it just fell off before I ever got it. It was in this lot of buttons that I showed you. Even though it has a 50-cent tag on it, I don't know I mean, you know how it is. The original was 29 cents. Who knows what the story is there? But I've never heard of this brand. It says Jewel Tone. So you will receive this card of buttons that has what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 buttons that are of a good size. I think that you can work with. They're not tiny, okay? And that would really look cute. I think 7 buttons would work well on this skirt if you decide to use one of the views with the buttons, or you can use the buttons for something else. So that is my gift to one of my subscribers. You'll get one of these patterns in the size of your choice in this card of buttons. And who knows, your girl just might throw in a few extra goodies. I'm just saying, you might need a zipper or something. I got lots of zippers. But, what was I going to, okay, this is how it's going to go down. I didn't finish. What you will need to do is comment below, say you're interested, give me your size, and your name is going to go in a drawing. I know. Well, it may not be that many. I don't know. It may just be 1 or 2. Just don't count yourself out yet. But your name's gonna go in a drawing, and on my next video, which is coming up really soon, I'm not gonna say how soon, but it's coming up soon. So get your comments in, get your requests in now. Put the video on pause and come back. Okay, you good? All right. So, on my next video, all of the names who qualify are going to go in a little hat. And I'm going to draw on my next video to reveal the person, okay, who will, be the grand prize winner, okay? All right. Hey, y'all. It's the season of giving. And I'm feeling kind of like Oprah Winfrey. You get some buttons and you get a pattern and you and you and you. So come back because your girl is going to be doing Vlogmas this year. It'll be my first time and I'm excited. I've got a lot of good stuff planned for you guys. Ooh. So thank you for joining me. Remember, it is more blessed to give than to receive. Is that a scripture or is that just a quote? I don't know. I need to look that up and figure it out. But let me say this. Hey, receiving is good too. Here's why. Because when you open your heart to receive and you allow a giver to give, you are allowing the giver the opportunity to be blessed in the giving. So receive with joy, knowing that you are part of someone else's blessing. Okay? All right. I'll see you guys on the next one. Mwah.